So there it is. You love Reddit, don't you, Ryan?
Yeah, I could go either way.
It's your absolute favorite site. This is your front page. Aren't you happy about this?
No.
Prismatic boosters. Yeah, at least like, this is like good for a front page because this is someone that's talking about something that they enjoy doing.
It's Pokemon.
For example. And then this is the next post that comes in right after that.
Terminally ill and racking up a credit card debt with 0 fucks to give.
There it is. I love it. So this is where the Masters of Facts and Logic go together, right? After all, you just need to go to D&D next subreddit, and then you can see all this stuff right here, right? Or behold, it is. Our D&D has become a better set to browse for D&D 5 players than this. Well, there it is. They're admitting that the sub sucks. Alright, so you know that World of Darkness has a subreddit?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Masters of Facts and Logic that run World of Darkness of subreddits. Yeah, here's my most recent search results, everybody.
Let's add one more.
There it is. Let's go ahead. Let's go in here. Let's see. So we got World of Dank memes is the first thing we're going to go over. Back when who is it? H3 was funny. He did a whole thing where it was going to be Reddit review. So we're just going to go over the World of Darkness subreddits and see if we can find anything that's worth sharing. Anything that's not stupid. And here's the first thing. Okay, it's Shin, right? We can't go wrong with this, right? See,
I don't know.
See, does it? Yeah, the whole thing pops up in OBS. It's fine. Yeah, bath bombs are pretty cool, but they're only marketed towards women. I have an idea for a bath bomb for men, the man bomb. First thing, you didn't edit any of this, did you?
Nope.
No, you just posted the whole thing. And how many of us did you get? Oh, 6. Oh, nice. Right. Okay. You see, this is what I mean with this subreddit, where there's a rule for the World of Dank memes subreddit. Every 10 memes you post, only one of them is funny.
Yeah.
There it is.
That was, what was that? That was also a rule on Emger and what was it, 9gag?
Yeah.
And a lot of others.
It is. There it is. I also like the thing you notice with these two is that there's way too much text for some of these memes.
Yeah.
Where those this I especially love how Giovanni's misspelled.
Kips.
See what else we have. Yeah, what else we have?
Keep it simple.
There. Okay, well, Denny reposted this one. I remember him posting this. This one actually does work. This is a good meme right there. Okay, I'm not signed in. I'm not going to either. Not happening. I did not mean to click on that.
I get all my memes from Facebook.
You get all your memes from here. You don't have to go there anymore. There it is. Well, thank you for referencing this. This is a little bit hyper specific, isn't it? You don't even know what this is, do you?
Nope.
It's a newgrounds.com thing, and that's it.
Ah.
There it is. There it is. And some of these are really just posts from other things. Like this. Who? It's you just taking Shin stuff and just posting it. All right. That's exactly what you're doing. This is the same thing.
That could be Shin themselves.
There
You
it
never
is.
know.
There it is. Just Shin.
I would not fucking read
No, I'm not reading that either. No.
I mean, it said new hermetic things, so I guess you got a little bit of an idea.
You gotta read through all this. Oh my god, dude! You're breaking the second rule of this subreddit. Is this seriously all you're doing?
Report.
You know, I'm not saying it. I'm not making a new account either. I really am on best, aren't I?
Yeah.
Is this the best you have to offer?
Now we're sorting by top.
This year is in like 2025. Okay, your landlord is a vampire, so he offers you a deal. You can pay rent, money, or blood. This is just oh no, rent's late. How can I make that for?
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, he is right afterwards. What is this? If King was around today, he'd be in the Sabat. Now you're joining the Camarilla. Well, there it is. That's a spoiler. It's a spoiler.
I'm quite fond of that.
Yeah, I don't care that Bloodlines is 20 years old at this point. Alright, quotes like this make the Bruchal fuck all philosophy except for whatever the hell Diogenes was trying to teach. In a rich man's house, there's no place but to spit in his face. Well, this was the guy that was living homeless in a barrel, butt naked, who was shit in the middle of the road.
That has a typing error.
And he would pee on people. Yeah, there is a typing error, isn't there? There it is.
They forgot the end part. Careful,
young hunter. The vampire could be anyone. The vampire. Ryan, who do you think the vampire is in this? It's a hard question, isn't it?
All three of them?
Yeah, we've gone through this. It's
4 of them?
It's going to be a trick question. It's all 4 of them, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be.
All from the same clan.
Exactly. This is your average Brujah meeting. There it is. It's Loafers Ryan. You get the joke? You get the joke.
I get called old man because I wear my steel toes as loafers.
There's someone else's video. We're going to get content ID'd for this. I get off of this. Yeah, Carthage fell, but so did Rome. Only losers use a salute of losers. Great.
Carthage.
Yeah,
Carthage.
The Brujah civilization, like there's a historical Carthage.
Yeah.
There it is. It's Brujah sympathy posting. We're not falling for it. It's not gonna work. Like literally, there will never be anything funnier than a vampire being like, "My life sucks. Nobody has it bad as me," and they're literally actively murdering some random dude who's on his way.
Fucking Sylvester.
That's what happened.
Sylvester.
There it is. Well, Sylvester did more than like his situation. He was fine. Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm hungry.
Notice how far away some of these top posts are, though.
7 minutes.
That's 7 months. A month later, we finally get another one that's worth reading. And for the vampire, I'm not reading that. I just saw the first glance of that. All right, the province of the Cody is a trickster, an American myth. The jackal is an African myth. The fox and Jutta myth. The funny doggy is just a stable across cultures. What do you think of this?
I don't understand it.
There it is. I don't understand either. We're going to scroll past this. We already saw this. There it is. Okay, apparently I've been here before. Okay.
No human, only wolf.
Well, there it is. There's autumn leaves in our live place somewhere. It's right here.
I want you to know. You keep saying like, "Oh, I wonder where we're getting all this furry stuff from." But it's
Let's see what else is here. The Lucifers are okay. This is another spoiler. Thank you. Okay. A tribe that turns around might makes rice in North mythology. A tribe's main stick is yeah, exactly. That was what 5e. Yeah.
Get a Fenris.
It is.
Silent Striders.
Red Talons.
Red Talons.
There's. I want to like break the myth about this too. Like we went over this in our Fenris video. This is the lupus symbol put over itself.
Yeah. Is
what that is. Where for every one member of the Gala Fenris, it's 2 wolves.
Yep.
Where you need 2 of another tribe to make up for what one Gala Fenris can do. That's what that symbol is supposed to mean. There it is. I'm not reading this. There it is. But I've already seen this before. You posted this a year ago.
That is absolutely autumn leaves.
That's what he's saying. Okay, thank you.
You
okay.
hear that, Rep Red?
That's you. It's you.
He's gonna hate me for that.
That's you. Apparently, I've been here before too.
Hey, if you see this, at me.
And it's Paradox Interactive, looking at everything that White Wolf ever built and just shooting all over it. There it is. We've already clicked on that on accident. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's a Warhammer crossover post.
How do you know that you've already looked at it?
If the text is gray on it. See, let me actually like take this kind of seriously. Let me take a look at this one. This whole like main post. Oh yeah, it's an OBS. Okay. All right. So conflict, like classical man versus nature. I guess this works with werewolf too. Yeah, because like if you have werewolf as your antagonist, absolutely, because it's Gaia coming after you, trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And then with you, it's more like man versus the people that are trying to be man versus nature. So it's like classical modern in a way, I guess.
The way I see that, it's hunters versus werewolves.
See, modern, like changing the dreaming, man versus society. I mean, the whole thing with changing the dreaming is that you're playing a losing game. The people you enchant with your fey powers are eventually going to forget you.
Yeah.
It's a game about trying to avoid taking the black pill. But, nah, I've tried running changing before, and I began to very quickly realize that the story I was running was not fitting with changing the dreaming. Because...
You're trying to have them win.
Like changing the dream, like what you gotta do it. It's say like you get like a really bitter dark chocolate cake, and your players are going to taste the icing first, or you put like a really creamy icing on top of it, and then the more you bite into it, the more that you see there's darkness. Like you're supposed to go like jet black with your darkness and
I do like bittersweet chocolate.
That's what it's supposed to be. So it was a learning experience doing my changeling game. Next time I come around with it, I'll have a better idea as to what I'm doing, and then like I'll severely choke XP. I'm never giving out 3 XP per session again.
What?
Not doing it ever again.
Come on.
You want to keep that 2. Like I know Greed is gonna fight me about that in the comments, but no, you want to keep that 2 per session.
Yeah, be like my Vampire the Masquerade DM. Give me 10 per session.
It just showers you with that. Oh my god. Are you serious?
He's like, you get 5 for showing up, and then he's like, you get 1 for for role playing, and if anything cool happened, he'd give us extra.
So this is why you have 5 points in fortitude already.
Yeah.
All right, so man versus man. I mean, if the hunters don't really see the other supernaturals as men anymore.
Yeah.
It's the whole attitude with hunters burned the witch.
Yeah, but they're no longer man. They've augmented themselves.
Like you've become a superhuman thanks to the voice of God reaching your ears. Man versus self. I mean, this is why Man from the Masquerade tries to be, and what you really want to push hunter vampire. The Requiem, I think it's like vampire.
Are vampires even considered man?
Not anymore. Because we're going at this with Sabbat mindset.
Yeah.
The Sabbat are right. It's better to be a transhumanist with that. And the path system is so much more interesting. I mean, if your first vampire game, I guess it's going to be like this, but you're going to have so many other stories in your vampire game as you play.
Isn't the whole point of Vampire the Masquerade to lose your humanity?
Well, that's the end. That's the lose condition.
Oh, that's.
But if you follow a path of enlightenment, that's the win condition. Okay. And it's more fun following the path of enlightenment because we haven't started Miami by Night yet, but my character is going to go down the path of Typhon, and it's challenging to do the paths like that, but it's rewarding. It's fun. Let's see here. Man versus God. Well, yeah, you perfectly summarized Demon Fallen there. That is the case. I honestly think Wraith the Oblivion is man versus self more than man versus no God.
Yeah,
there's a very blatant divine force in Wraith the Oblivion here. Because after all, who made the abyss and the oblivion that you're worried about?
Yeah.
I
would classify it.
I would swap these two. I'd swap these two because the whole Camarilla denying the existence of God and Cain as part of.
I would say that one is self versus self.
Yeah, and then you got mage. That works. That works. Yeah. There's no mummy.
It's just mage all the way.
There's no mummy on this list. Let's see, it is. Okay, let's see here. All right, we're going to look at 2 more of these and we're getting off of this. Let's see what we're looking at here. Is somebody messaging me? Let's see here. Yeah, somebody is. Okay, back to that. Okay. Yeah, but that me putting that down is going to come up with this. Okay, yay.
The 9 mythical traditions say they wanted to build.
It is.
Hey, it's Cthulhu.
It's because it is something with the traditions of magic. Because you're saying, well, the Tenarchy and the Nefandi are the villains, but under the world where the traditions rule, yes, you do have stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the mage ascension is a game where nobody's right.
Yeah.
Everyone says they're right, but nobody's really right, and that's what kind of makes mage super good. You stole this from 40K. You stole this from 40K. That's okay. We're off of this. Get off of this.
Okay, I got one. Okay, let's see. I got one for you.
So you got subreddit. You got subreddit. It is Grim Dawn. I think Grim Dank is the subreddit you're looking for. No, is this it?
Yep.
Is this it? What is this?
That's a great game.
See here, Grim Dawn. See, for hidden paths and quest.
Yep.
It is.
That is peak.
It is. What game? What? See, we gotta take a break from this just for a second.
Yeah. I just wanted that in your. You're not even logged in.
I'm not even logged in now.
Damn.
I'm banned from Reddit. I got my account banned.
Jesus Christ.
There it is. Happy Giovanni today to all that celebrate. 5 days ago, dude.
Are you still on top? Or,
this is just best.
Best.
Best. Let's see what's hot. Here it is. Oh yeah, but you get to see really brain dead. You can tell that the people that post on this don't read the books, and just go here instead.
Yeah.
The drive-through RPG link is not that far away, dude.
To be fair, I asked the same question of you. W.
It's with the whole let's go ahead and let's answer this question right here. Do vampires make appendix? Well, you gotta ask what clan are we talking about? Because if you're talking about the Ventrue, they usually don't deal with that because the Ventrue don't bend the knee to anybody. The Ventrue just want to do things the way they're going to do it. And that also stays true with the Toreador, the Tremere, the Nosferatu, whatever Camarilla prince you have. It's not until you start getting to the Sabbat where they'll make deals and if Pentex says, we'll pay you a big stack of money to blow up this building, they'll do it. But
who actively supports them? Who would you think actively supports them?
It used to be the Giovanni. It used to be the Giovanni until they killed Enzo. where Augustus Giovanni said, "Hey, where's my son?" And they said, "I don't know." Oh, well, what do you mean you don't know where my son is? and that's what broke down the relationship. The little Sombra, I don't think they would go along with it either. The Zamichi probably would work with Pentex, but it's only for their own gain, like, say, the Black Spiral Dancers. Because you're on the same side, but you're not at the same time. You have different angles how we're going to do this. The Asmites, no, like, they wouldn't be on Pentex's, like, they take the money, but they're not on Pentex's side. The Ravnos, no. The Slubri, absolutely not. And then the Setites, not the core Church of Set. Because...
just everyone else.
Yeah, like if you're talking about a Serpent of Light Setite, I would see that working, and I'm running that in a vampire game that I'm running, where that's the case. But the Church of Set, as of itself, no, you wouldn't have that.
Now, who would actively fight them?
See, who would actively fight them? The Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Yeah, the Giovanni. The Giovanni lists on the relationships that they fucking hate these guys. And then, like, of course, the Bruja too, because the Bruja, you're occupied Wall Street vampire throwing bricks. The Gangrel.
They're also the type of person who's like, hey, you don't control me.
Yeah, the Gangrel live in the woods that the Pentex are trying to destroy.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Non-vampire monsters who love living in pick a monster and put them in the castle. All right, next question. Do Doppiers have any traits from clans that they're descended from? I think the answer to this was yes. I remember Interchanger talking about server error. Oh no, I think that's not supposed to be click on. Would the small amount of silver in electronics affect Guru at all? Yes, any sort of silver touching your skin is what irritates you. 100 shadow names and their meanings. Why do I have to? Is this? I have to pay you $2 to get 100 names that I'm probably not going to use.
Yeah.
Okay, you see why I hate this site?
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying, like, you go here to read the books, but at the same time, I want nothing to do with Director RPG if I can avoid it. Let's see. What are the differences between Hunters Hunted and Hunter Regular? Okay, one's imbued, one's not. Next question. Is it possible to embrace the mummy? No, they come right back to life after that.
Huh.
Like the dot purges that from your blood. You're not going to get that.
I like this one.
How to play an intrigue with the... You can't. The Verban are just dead, dude. You're the same person that was like stealing the fucking shin pose. Like, get out of here. Ugh. Is there a way to like shadow ban? Like, I'm not signed in, but like, if I just don't want to see your post anymore.
No.
Yeah, no. How cooked are to get? I'm not.
Maybe.
Yeah,
click that button.
There it is. This is a button right here.
Nope.
No. We're not gonna do Teddy Feezer.
Maybe. No, you would have to sign.
Yeah, I think like even like blocking Redditors, you still see their stuff.
Yeah.
See how I'm not clicking that link. I don't know what that's to.
Looks like a YouTube.
Let's
video.
see. Is there a World Darkness roleplay? Yeah, you're on it right now. Okay, next question. First time World Darkness DM. Need help for Thorstein. Okay, well, first thing you do is you stop playing 5th edition. You pick up the original post. Next question. All right, Troyle's first progeny. However you say this. Storytellers. Oh, that's somebody wants me to buy a book about their OC next. All right. Server Northern Knights. Okay, this is somebody posting their game. Okay, so let's see here. By the time we upload this, okay, where's your link? Okay, there's the Discord link, everybody. Okay, next post. All right.
Do you let players choose unseelie courts?
Yes.
Yes.
Because really all it is that it just changes your temperament. Where it's same. It's not on the scale of picking normal clan vampires and anti-tribute clans. It's not that.
Yeah.
Not that intense. If Shadow Courts, no. That's a big hard no. But unseelie, it's not. There's not that big of a dividing line between sealie and unsealie, in all honesty. Let's see here.
That's a Dune reference right there. Someone on the server was reading Dune, so they might enjoy this part.
Yeah. See, I was wondering how influential would Paul be in World of Darkness. Okay, well, how about you answer your own question, dude? Like, put him in the game. Let's see.
I think, depending on the game, he would be a hunter.
There it is. You gotta check this link. All right, Walking Shadow Paths of Black Sword and Necromancy fan book. Is this free? It is.
It is. Interesting.
Okay, we'll just come back to this later. Let's see. Let me just go ahead. I'll download it out later. It's in my history. I can just come right back to that. With the Ether Orange. Okay, how about you read the Sons of Ether book? Next question. It's you again?
Yep. Asking the great questions.
Oh, for God's sakes. What is a Fomori? How about you read Werewolf? Okay, next question. Giovanni. Okay. Dabbery exception. And there was no exception to Camarilla. Okay, next question. Questions I have. Okay, this is multiple ones. Let's see. Okay, well, I guess we're not going to read it then.
They have a couple there. Question 1.
Camarilla Vampire, does anyone know a Baron Prince of Fairbanks, Alaska? There is no Alaska content in World of Darkness as far as I know. Okay, well, it's more fun to make up your own vampire anyway.
Yeah.
Because you can go along, like, the only time I use lore characters is if I find them to be really engaging in of themselves.
Yeah.
Where I just want to put them in the story. I think I've only done that, twice in my World of Darkness games.
Yeah.
And that's been it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Dabbery is so far I've seen as vampire eats another soul. Don't do Dabbery. It's gonna bite you in the ass in the long run.
Yeah.
You get a boost of power and boost in generation, but after 1,000 years, vampires are the only thing you need anymore. Okay, who's your favorite World of Darkness character that you've played?
If you do it, don't do it too much.
There it is. You're gonna lose yourself in that. You're actively feeding the beast inside of you.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, there's a question for you. Who's your favorite World of Darkness character that you've played?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, think about that one.
So, to name the ones that I played, it's Grim, Sylvester, Cleft, and Zamir.
Yeah.
I liked Zamir, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he'd be at the bottom.
Yeah. Given that his story was going in one way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of right now, it's a tie between Grim and Sylvester.
That you've had the most fun with?
Yeah. I liked Grim because I was using other people to destroy their friends.
Yes.
I also like Sylvester because he was a badass.
Or we went with that character where you started off as just a normal tax accountant, where you were going for an academics build. You ended with a gun build. Well, for me, I have been in other World of Darkness games where Ends the Road in Kyle's game is very fun, but I don't think I'm ever going to get as engaged in a World of Darkness game as I was when Greed was running Orpheus.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little unfair saying that to Kyle, because for a while in that game, I was the only player in that game. And because of that, Greed was able to make a really personal story with that character.
Yeah.
Where the whole premise is that it's and we talked about in the character corner, but like reiterating, it's 23, you've gone and had 2 different battles with lung cancer, your hair's not real, you had a whole promising career in ballet that's just not going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
And ghost hunting is the only thing you can do. And part of that character arc was finding a way to love working at Orpheus instead of just seeing it as your only option.
Yeah.
And then finding a will to live again, knowing that you're going to go through a cancer battle for the 3rd time. And the villain that he ran that played off of it too. And it's a game that I'm probably never going to get the same experience again, but it was only because of the circumstances of the lack of group.
Only one person.
Yeah, for a while, until the last session where Archie joined in at the last session. Has anyone here played as a sorcerer? Don't. You want to play as a full mage, you don't want to be a sorcerer. You're very limited as what you can do.
I am playing a hedge mage in D&D right now.
That's
2024 edition.
There it is. Well, why would you do this? Why would you play D&D 2024 edition?
Because my group wanted to try it, given that it was new, and they wanted to see how different things changed.
Let's see. Is it also play as Derek? Go away! All right. Let's see. Brer lineage of ancient Greece, and okay, this is probably somebody pumping something else again. I'm not clicking that. Let's see. To replace me, somebody's quitting their game and wants somebody to... What website even is this? Start playing games? I've never heard of this.
Don't click it.
I don't know if I want to either. It's only got like one upvote, and that's from himself. That's what happens at Reddit. You automatically upvote your own post.
Yep.
So nobody touched this.
How many views does it? You can't.
Yeah, you can't even tell that now.
They used to.
Are counterspell wizards prime completely unable to counterspells other splats magic? No, I'm going to say no to that, because Tremere, the prime would be your quintessence for the spells would be your blood in that case. That's task, and you'd be able to absorb that.
Yeah.
And
so it's your blood points, not your Your blood points are technically your quintessence.
And same with the werewolf's gnosis, same with the wraith's pathos, same with the changeling's glamour. You would be able to absorb that.
So with the character idea that I'm brought up
you're an anti-mage. Yeah.
Would I be able to
steal magic?
Stop that?
You would be able to counterspell a vampire. Yes.
Oh, fuck yeah.
There it is. See, how do I avoid my players killing a vital NPC? How about you say that the NPC is vital, don't kill it. Just say that's just lamppost it. That's all you gotta do.
That and you could have the NPC just step aside.
You could just do that to say like, hey, we're going to keep this guy off to the side for a minute, so you stop coming after him.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd just tell the players, hey, straight up out of game, be like, hey, don't kill this NPC. We need him.
That's what you gotta do. See, we've gone on for like 25 minutes. Well, like just a few more minutes, then we'll go to another sub. What's happening with World of Darkness? I haven't seen much published for it in a while. It's because Paradox doesn't know where they're going with it, and then Onyx Path themselves had to say reorganizing the team. See, they didn't stay releases for more than the summer. Search comments. Add a comment. We need to sign in.
There's no anonymous?
No, there's no anonymous. This isn't 4chan, dude.
Guys, go to this post and type in Galliard group.
There it is. Just post our Discord link in that.
Post it.
There it is.
You can get it off any of our videos.
There's rumors of Return of Mage. They're not going to do Mage, dude.
No.
They're not going to do that. Mage is too complex of a system. If they do Mage, it's not even going to reflect Mage the Ascension. You know,
we won't be getting Mage till 2023.
Like you saw that it took us about 2 years before we started covering Mage. Yeah, because of just how complicated that system can be.
Yeah.
And you saw with Hunter, did I show you what was in Hunter 5e? Nothing from Hunter Reckoning, the original release, was in 5e.
Jesus Christ.
Nothing. It's that you had all these different names, and you just made Hunter the Vigil 3rd edition, and that was it. See, the Great Setite Merchant. I'm not buying your shit, dude. Okay, Mage question Fortitude. If I want to emulate Fortitude with spheres, what would be the best way I can do this? Life Sphere, that's what you want to go into.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is the real Vampire the Masquerade? The real I'm not clicking. No. That is it. Jesus in World of Darkness. Okay, he gets a confirmation in this that Jesus is the fifth of summer. You're stupid. You're fucking stupid saying this. That sounds really cool. How you done it?
I've done it.
Here it is.
That's
You see, you have never read Demon of Fallen, have you? You've never read Demon of Fallen. Or you get your answer in Demon of Fallen. Here it is. I finally drew Vivi. Well, there we go. There's the boobs. That's the thumbnail for the video.
Who the fuck is Vivi?
Character in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. She is an interesting character because the way that her voice actress does it, I can't tell to this day if she's being sincere or if she's being sarcastic.
I'd have to listen to it.
It's one of those like alternate character interpretations. Well, there we go. Damn, this would make a good VTM character. Vampire Cleopatra who invest in... That's just a vampire in Tomorrow Nights by this point.
Yeah.
There it is. This is Kevin from Haunted Parenting. Yeah, this is who he is. Has Kane ever made a canon appearance in any VTM Chronicle? Yes, Berlin by Night.
Yeah.
He's in that book. It finds out where he is. All right, there it is. So yeah, I think I just like my point in this room. Like these people just don't fucking read these books. See,
either they don't want to buy it or they just don't want to do the research.
Have the digital web, or is it still just a What is the question here? I'm trying to figure out like what you're trying to say. Like, yes, you can get digital versions of this. And I mean, that's why I burnt my copy. That was the physical edition.
What the fuck does it mean, legacy?
Yeah, and like 20th edition, revised first edition is what they mean. Like Wizards of the Coast refers to like old D&D game like editions as legacy editions, and then everyone started doing it now. There it is. See, let's go to the full blown Vampire the Masquerade. See, Vampire. I'm really
Vampire Survivors. Ooh.
Let's see, the Vampire the Masquerade. There. Okay. Well, that one jumped out at us. Let's see what's in this.
Shit posting.
Okay, somebody's posting on it. It's you again. Oh my god!
I hope that is a viewer.
I become the monster. It's more people just like shilling their stuff. It's this person. You are everywhere. Let's find a post. It's just them. It's just them.
This is still best.
It's just them. Yes, this is the best you've got. You're the only person posting. You're the only person posting on this.
Oh, that's someone different.
That's Spoonie.
I don't know who that is.
That's because you didn't watch Chill Awesome.
Nope.
No, this guy had the whole world in the palm of his hand, and he blew it all on stupid decisions. Oh my God! It's just you, and that's it. Come on! I'm scrolling through this. I keep seeing the same person popping up. All right, that's it. We're off of this.
Control.
I think the subreddit's dead.
That's the mod.
Let's see. Yeah.
That's the reason you got banned.
Let's go on this. Let's go on White Wolf RPG. All right, so this is the bad one because I think like Paradox Interactive or Unexpected themselves directly micromanage and mod this community. And Matthew Dawkins, who used to be awesome and now isn't, runs it too. I see him pop up in this all the time. I'm impressive is a Rent 3 mage killing a what?
Hitachi.
Yeah, there it is.
Hitachi.
There it is. One of these things, no, relatively speaking. Okay, well, for the Rent 3, not much is a problem anymore. Not really. Like the power scaling with mage is crazy. That's all you can do. You don't really need the prep time either. You just need forces magic and just don't fight this guy in public, and that's all you gotta do. So there it is. Too simple a mage. Yeah, it is too simple of a mage concept, really. Let's see. Do the Guru have a plausible win condition?
Yes.
No.
What?
No, the whole thing with Road to the Apocalypse is that the apocalypse cannot be prevented. But the apocalypse will never happen either. So you're stuck in a situation where it's a snake eating its own tail, and you're stuck in an endless cycle that you'll never escape from.
Interesting.
Hence the grim darkness of Road to the Apocalypse.
I thought there was a good ending.
There is, but the apocalypse needs to happen first. But everything needs to go right in that apocalypse scenario for it to happen.
So in our game, the apocalypse did happen.
Yeah, it was in the process of happening. Like you managed to create a good ending for yourself in New York, but
I thought the apocalypse happened beforehand with the murder of like
the
entire West Coast.
Yeah, the apocalypse has been going on in World of the Apocalypse since 2000.
Okay.
And it's just a very slow death, as it turns out.
I got you.
And it probably never will happen because I'll bring this up in a later episode, but the only person that can start the apocalypse is the consumption worm. But the consumption worm is sealed by the Croatan.
Yeah.
So the apocalypse is never going to happen until that seal's broken.
And the only way it could be broken is with a Croatan.
And the only people that know about that are sealed with the worm too.
Yeah.
So nobody knows how this is going to work.
So can't the worm torture the Croatan into releasing him?
Like whatever shadow realm they happen to be in, but then the Croatan hold the key to that. So who's going to say that like if and when the consumption worm will come back? Because it was going to happen during colonial time. North Korea must be one of the least supernatural active places on Earth, right? Oh, okay. Well, do you know what happens in North Korea? I mean, use your own imagination here. Yeah.
I would have an idea for an NPC to be a Croatan.
Yeah.
The one who wasn't trapped. Welcome to World of Darkness.
You did. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I'm surprised.
190 votes.
I'm surprised that post hasn't been deleted.
I'm surprised too either. I don't know. Maybe Justin has left the internet. Let's see. What purpose did Gaia create humanity for? Maybe she didn't. Maybe it was the Weaver or the Wild or the Worm that made humanity. It wasn't Gaia.
Yeah. Think about all the hate we had. It might have been the Worm. Yeah. Or it could have been a collaboration between all of them.
It could have been too, because the thing with World of the Apocalypse is that it runs off the unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
There it is. So you don't get definite answers in World of the Apocalypse. And there it is. And as it turns out, no, she didn't create Gaia either, because it turns out that God exists in Demon to Fallen.
Yeah.
So there it is. It answers your question. That's not even okay. If you ever thought of teaching people lessons, I'm not reading that. That's homebrew. Can a dead guru be dragged to the Umbra? That's a spirit, isn't it? Or are you talking about like the dead body gets pulled into the Umbra? Yeah. Because you should be able to do that.
You should be able to.
You should.
You would have to force a gnosis roll on that.
Yeah, like you would. Like the circumstances are there, but I don't want to go like into detail about it. But I'm going to say like yes, like with the stuff available, you should be able to do that.
Mages could probably do it.
Yeah. But there we go. It's mage.
Yeah.
Just have 4 points in spirit and you're fine.
There you go.
Is Under a Blood Red Moon actually worth running as a written campaign from a POV? No.
I would say spirit correspondence.
Yeah, I see. As written from a Camarilla POV, I would say just. This is Sabbat bias talking about. Just run it as a Sabbat game.
Yeah.
There it is. You'll have more fun playing as a Sabbat.
Oh, I fucking love playing Sabbat.
The Sabbat are very fun. Question about patterns being vulgar in MTA. Okay, if somebody says you shouldn't be able to do that, then it's vulgar. All right, that's easy enough. All right, Mage the Machine God. How about you buy a copy of Iteration X? All right, next question.
Go up a little bit.
There it is.
For that post,
The question, this one?
vulgar one.
Yes.
Go read the book about the fucking Black Spiral dancers.
That's all you gotta read about that. And that's it. Yeah. See, Mage and Machine God. So yeah, just Iteration X is going to answer that question for you. How are things going with your current Chronicles? What do you think?
Good, actually.
There it is. Everything in Rich Cross Appalachia.
Yep. Even Rage Across Russia.
Yeah, in 1936, we haven't revealed what's going to happen in that yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Forewarning, extremely weird scenario. So this is a post that you get a lot in the subreddits. These hyper specific story posts.
Yeah.
That you need to read the whole thing and then the comments in order to understand what they're talking about. Those are never worth reading. Bedlam for freeholds and dreamings. Freeholds, no. Dreaming, yes. You can get Bedlam in there.
I'd rather not talk about slashers in the world.
In the Future Darkness, I mean, it's a pretty easy character concept to make too.
Yeah.
Let's see. For those who have played both, which between Hearts of Reckoning or Hunter the Vigil 2nd Edition, anything's better than what we got in 5e.
5e.
Yeah, okay. Well, Hunter the Vigil has a combat system.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hunter the Reckoning doesn't. Alright, kill a demon with sufficient knowledge and time, turn a mortal into a vampire. Given that they have the same power that God has, it's the system is there, but the specifics as to how is eluding me.
I don't know much about Demon the Fallen.
Well, nobody does really. But Mage. The minute you get into like a Ret 6, you can reasonably de-vampire somebody
or even turn someone into a vampire.
Why don't we do have to answer Lilith?
Well,
yeah, Lilith can do that. Yeah. You just need to find her first. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. Let's see. There's an OC. I'm not clicking that. How do you think the Uratha and Geru will react to the news of clone dire wolves? Okay, and we're not entertaining this idea. I think it's just like easy writing on the wall. But hold easy karma too. Do the Society of the Leopold Church that is you got farm.
Next question.
Any tips and tricks for starting World of Darkness solo play?
Write a book.
Just write a book by that point. You'll have more fun just doing creative writing, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's what I did after the Orpheus game ended. I kept writing stuff about that. So, do the Society of Leopold Church witch hunters have an opinion on werewolves as a species? You kill them. If it's not human, it dies.
Yep.
That's the easy question. See, there it is. More Sasha Vikos fan art. Yay, this is what Submichi high fashion looks like.
Look who it is.
There it is. I was going to say it is the same person.
I would have been surprised.
So a werewolf wants to date a vampire. That's not going to happen. Okay, next question. That's an OC. Game, no. Just don't play 5th edition. Just play V20, like W20 if you have to.
Yeah.
Or our edition if you want to. Okay, how have you used Lilith in your games? Well, it feels like it takes away from Lilith if you do.
Yeah.
Because she's supposed to be a character that nobody knows anything about. Yeah. And even in Fair is Foul, in the Gehenna scenario, you don't get all the answers. So it's...
If you do introduce her, it would have to be like a quick 30-minute, no one's gonna know type of thing.
Yeah, a character meets them by themselves, and then nobody believes them afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, I saw Lilith. You fucking didn't.
There it is. Because like the conditions of how to get to Lilith are supposed to be super weird too. Because like Ilyes had to run through time in order to reach that. Mage duels. How do they fight? Be creative. Don't ask this question, right?
Yeah.
How does a vampire get stronger without the use of they age? Next question. How does Arkham's Razor work exactly? How about you read the rules? Next question. How do you make an NPC stat bar from age 20? There's a bunch of samples step by step. Read the book. What makes raid so big? How about you read the book? Read the book. Read the book. Read the book. All right. There it is. Oh my god. I'm not reading these. This is
highly specific.
Yes. Yes. This
Johnny, what would the Geralt think about the fact that we made
the dire wolves? Like, I don't know. This is the 5th time today I've seen this.
Yeah.
Narratively, how do you handle followers of set? Okay, how about you read the book first?
Does the Nefandi symbol exist in the universe?
There it is. Behold, it's a black screen. I can't see the symbol. There it is. No.
Discord bot?
I'm not clicking that. Do the unthinkable and trying times as a judgment. It does make for a good story. Like if you want to doing a whole like end of the world as you know it scenario.
The real question is doing the unthinkable, trying verbatim.
Yeah, it is. Just run the entire scenario as is with no changes to it. See, changing ideas. Okay, the spirit is most powerful sphere. No, it's prime, dude. You need prime to function as a mage.
I would say prime in time.
It is. Time is super strong, but it's got a hell of a drawback to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just play around with the spirit sphere, but also I can use your own sphere against you, and I can just lock you out of the Umbra and let the spirits tear you apart.
Yeah.
How screwed are all factions in the World of Darkness now? Same as it ever was. As it turns out, the Red Star did not mean the end times and Foul Nights were going to happen immediately. So
that breaks the litany right there.
There it is. I think Adam posted this.
Adam posted that?
Yeah, I think so.
Doesn't that lead to metas?
Yeah, it is, but they wanted to take it out of Werewolf 5th edition because wolf sex is just too daring of an idea to talk about. There it is. Kindred revert to physical states they had upon undeath, including hair, right? Physical state they had upon undeath.
Only in the Nosferatu, right?
Right. If they drink blood, their hairstyle returns to normal. Like a vampire's hair doesn't grow.
Yeah.
For example. And then you have exemptions like the Nosferatu and the Zimichi and the Harbingers of Skulls, where you don't return to a normal state. Though, if you're talking about like if a kindred faces final death, then no, they just start aging with all the years they've been around, catching up to them.
Technically, when a body dies and it starts to decompose and age and it starts to shrink. So technically, your nails and hair would still grow.
Yes.
But that would only be with time.
Yes.
So probably over, 50 to 100 years, maybe?
A long-ass time, yeah.
And it would only grow to a certain amount.
See, what would you need to make the effects of like this, and effects like the psychic paper from Doctor Who? Okay. I'm not clicking that link. We're just going to assume that it is Mind Sphere. Yeah, you've answered your own question.
Mind Sphere?
Okay, why would you ask about don't play Vampire the Requiem? Okay, Mage to 2nd edition. Okay, that's more shit. Okay, do werewolves actually need wolves? Yes. Yeah, I think the Red Talons would have a very strong opinion about this.
Get a Fenris too.
There it is. Like the lupus-born wolf. I do not understand how much stronger the lupus wolf is compared to every other breed of wolf. I mean, the metas are strong, but the level of spiritual resonance that lupus has.
Yeah.
On top of that, you're losing your identity if you just forsake the wolves entirely. There it is. You're not really werewolves anymore. You're just people that become wolves, and that's it.
Is there anything worse than being a wraith? Yes.
Than being a wraith.
A verbatim.
You can be a verbena. Yeah, you can be a verbena mage.
There you go.
There it is. I mean, it's life after death. I mean, the life you have is still miserable, but knowing that there's something after death should be a comforting idea.
Yeah.
You just need to dig yourself out of that hole in Wraith the Oblivion. And that's the whole point of that game. Let's see, the Ascended. Okay, let's do 5 more posts and then that's it. Okay. Why are there extinct tribes if totems can embrace members from outside the tribe? Well, I mean embrace outside the tribe. I mean, I guess the post is saying, why can't somebody just start a new Croton or start a new White Howler? Well, that's in the books. It's in the books as a plotline for the White Howlers that say, hey, you got a Scottish werewolf who says, I'm starting the White Howlers up again.
Yeah.
Say you could just go ahead and do this. So, yeah, how about you do it? How about you bring the Croton back?
Johnny, what's the Pentex relationship with vampire?
We've already seen this, didn't we?
Yeah.
We already read this.
Yep.
Why?
In a different subreddit.
Why are you using Hunter the Parenting as gospel for this?
Why not?
Brova Asfabosa is not running them to lore accuracy. That's what it is.
Out of all these posts, I haven't seen the most important version.
Yeah, because it's Hunter the Parenting, but not a single member of that group is imbued.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I haven't seen a single most important edition.
I am glad that he's bringing eyes to it, but it's going to be the same thing we had with Emperor Text to Speech.
Yeah.
Or a bunch of stuff that happened in Emperor Text to Speech, people just assume is canon.
Yeah.
Like Rogodorn having a mustache as like the most benign example. Where, all right, how do defensive maneuvers work? I mean, read the rules. Okay, okay. How hard is it for hunter, a non-spirit mage, or a vampire to permanently kill a spirit?
Not hard.
See, not that
All
hard.
you need is a rock.
Yeah, that's it. Could a kindred accidentally drain someone? Yes, that's all that happens.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Silent Strider question. Okay, let's go on. I'm not. Okay, let's continue. All right, Silent Strider question. If a lost cub or a non-ethical Silent Strider or a werewolf with distant Silent Strider ancestry join a tribe, how does the curse affect them? Since I highly doubt the guy in question in 2025 would care about the Egyptian Disapora of the tribe. So you're saying if somebody joins the Silent Striders, would the curse still affect them? Yes. Because it doesn't affect the blood, it affects the spirit.
Yep.
So if you throw your hat in the ring, then yes, that would lock you out of Egypt if you did that. So there it is.
That's unfortunate.
It is. That's why you don't have people joining the Silent Striders, is that they're a very small community by that point.
Yeah.
Because if you join them, then you're also going to have the other cursed effects too, because you're going to get hounded by wraiths 24/7, and then you lose access to your own ancestors.
Yeah.
That happens to you. So yeah, that's what it did. Did we get anything of value out of this? Yeah.
No.
There it is. It just goes to show that the people playing these games are not actually looking at the lore and like reading the lore.
Yeah.
Which is what we're trying to avoid with our podcast, because I don't say anything that I see on the subreddit or anything that's not from the books in the episode. That I make sure it's in the text before I say it out loud. Yeah. It is.
Before we go,
Yes.
go to that, go to that guy's post,
You got
and I want you guys to comment 3.5 edition.
There it is. This man's post?
No, the one from before. The one where I was
Well, thank you for having an account like this. Okay, let's get out of that. All right, that's enough of that. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Have a good one.